got a new book that originally released last month on the 1st. Alright, just that. But I'm not showing you. Plus, I know there's going to be some leaks, even though it released back in November, 2 days before I turned 14. You can say my real age if you want. This is SpongeBob SquarePants Mysteries. Find a missing star. So this is not what you think it is. It is a full long novel, I think it is. A full novel. Unless it's black and white. Let's read it. Hold on. I'm sorry. SpongeBob SquarePants Mysteries, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we're going to read a little bit. Call me SpongeBob, a detective, a sleuth, a shamus, a private eye, nothing fancy, just a guy with a nose for crime and a body built for I'm pass. I'm tough, see? As though as my pants are square, but I wasn't always a detective. Time was when I was a simple fry cook, flipping Krabby Patties at the Krusty Krab. Good at it too. Hungry customers claimed I was the best thing to happen to Krabby Patties and sliced cheese and fluffy buns. And I don't know if I said that part, but you can just read it. Krabby Patties at the Krusty Krab. Krabby Patties and sliced cheese and fluffy buns. Everything was swell. The diners were satisfied. That's it. I was working hard, and my boss, Mr. Krabs, was racking the dough. Everyone was happy. Well, except maybe for my coworker, Squidward. Seems like that mug always had a sore look on his kisser. God. Good guy, though. Loved me like a brother, and as it turned out, when it came to detective work, terrific. Wait, how many pages do I have to read? Alright guys, so I can't read the full book chapter because it might take too long. So I'm going to read the rest of page 2. Partner anyway, life is sailing along as smoothly as a pirate ship on clam blue waters until one fateful day when everything changed. Funny thing is that that day started out just like the other in Bikini Bottom. Upstairs in his pineapple under the sea, SpongeBob slept soundly curled up on 3 thick mattresses, snoring with a soft, high-pitched whistle. He smiled as he slept, dreaming of jellyfish and soap bubbles. On the floor next to his bed, SpongeBob's pet snail Gary slept soundly dreaming of snail food and heroic adventures. Blam, 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 blam. SpongeBob's foghorn alarm blasted its booming alert, waking them both up in plenty of time for SpongeBob to get ready and go to work at the Krusty Krab. Good morning, Gary, SpongeBob called out cheerfully. Ready for a fantastic day? Meow, Gary replied, still sleepy and a little disappointed to be snapped out his heroic adventure before he finished eating the brimming bowl of snail food. Yep. After a quick shower with plenty of soap bubbles, SpongeBob put on his brown square pants and white shirt. He tied his red tie in a perfect square knot and pulled on his long white socks, each one thin red stripe and one thin blue stripe. Finally, he slipped onto into his black shoes, polished to a high gloss until he could see his grinning face reflected in their smooth curved surfaces. His reflection smiled back at him and permitted and I can't read that word. You're ready? Downstairs in the kitchen, SpongeBob poured a generous dish of snail food for Gary. And a heaping bowl of Kelpo cereal for himself. Breakfast, Gary, SpongeBob announced. Among the 3 most important meals of the day. That's kind of sus. We're not doing Among Us. After crunching down on his tasty, nutritious breakfast, SpongeBob vigorously brushed his 2 front teeth and headed out the door. Bye, Gary. The camera's just not focusing. He's sang out, waving. I'm off to the Krusty Krab to cook delicious Krabby Patties for the hungry citizens of Bikini Bottom. Meow, Gary said with his mouth still full of mushy snail poo. I think that's poo. I'm going to use my little potty. Okay. He planned to go straight back to bed after SpongeBob left, hoping to resume his adventurous, delicious dream. SpongeBob closed his front door and walked down the sidewalk with a spring in his step. It was a beautiful day in the Bikini Bottom. He felt happy to be alive, whistling a jaunty. So, originally, this chapter has over 8 pages. So, originally I'm going to read up till I guess I'll read up till page 7. Tune. SpongeBob headed past Squidward's house and straight to Patrick's big brown rock. Bam, bam, bam! SpongeBob knocked on the boulder, hoping Patrick hadn't overslept. He was a sound sleeper. Good morning, Patrick, he said, ready to walk me to work at the Krusty Krab. Sproing. The rock flipped open on its hinge with Patrick attached to it. Its upper half, already fully dressed in his green and purple shorts. You know it, he announced, hopping down next to SpongeBob. Let's do this thing! The 2 buddies marched off down the road toward the Krusty Krab. It wasn't far, so in just a few minutes they arrived at the Bikini Bottom's favorite fast food eatery. Maybe that's what it says. SpongeBob had no idea his friend was about to disappear off the face of the sea as he headed inside. SpongeBob asked, So what's the big Patrick Star plan for today? Huh? Patrick asked, confused. Did someone make a plan for me? What you have heard was in the newspaper, chuckling, SpongeBob explained. No, I just mean, what are you going to do all day? Work, play, sleep, explore a new hobby, maybe a little coral catastrophe. I've been reading for 9 minutes. Algic spotting, trench tumbling. Patrick looked away, not meeting SpongeBob's friendly, curious maze. I don't know. He said a little woundily, just, the usual things that Patrick do. during the day, normal sea star stuff, nothing out of the ordinary for me, Patrick. The end. Sounds good, Patrick, SpongeBob said, grinning. Have fun. Meet me right here outside the Krusty Krab after I'm done with work. And we'll have lots of best buddies fun together. He laughed with his high-pitched laugh, sounding a little nervous. Like a little nervous dolphin being tickled with a frickin' feather. You got it, buddy, Patrick said, waving back over his shoulder as he hurried away from the restaurant. See you then after my totally typical day, doing nothing at all unusual. SpongeBob worked hard all day that day, as he always did, frying up Krabby Patties, wiping off tables, swabbing out the toilets, and doing anything else Mr. Krabs asked him to do at the end of the day. He felt tired, but satisfied with a full day of honest. I can't read that past. What more could I ask for? He thought to himself consciously. Another terrific day at the Krusty Krab, SpongeBob gushed to Squidward as they stuck their time cards in the machine that kept track of how many hours they worked. Thunk. What was so terrific about it? Squidward groused. SpongeBob laughed. Oh, I don't know, Squidward. He said, just everything. The Krabby Patties, the customers, what? The smell of the fries, the spring of the spatula, the sizzle of the grease, sizzle, but most of all, the cream of the happy employees. SpongeBob looked as though he was going to be sick. SpongeBob, as he had said in his grumpiest voice, the only good thing about this workday was when it ended. That was only 2 minutes ago, which means I don't have to talk to you anymore. He stomped out of the Krusty Krab, eager to change into his Letroid and spend a long, weedy evening in his modern dance class. He was learning a new routine, and his instructor had especially a footed dancer. 3 of his feet were doing but the 4th was still struggling with the steps. Ha ha ha, SpongeBob laughed. Good one, Squidward. See you tomorrow. Whistling a cheerful tune when he went to Mr. Krabs' office and stuck his head in the door. Good night, Mr. Krabs. See you tomorrow. Yeah, Mr. Krabs muttered, too busy counting his money to pay much attention to his dedicated fry cook. Then he looked up from the pile of cash, remembering something. Tomorrow. That reminds me, boy. Tomorrow morning, the mayor of the Bikini Bottom is coming by for a very important meeting. So on your best behavior and keep the Krabby Patties flowing. SpongeBob snapped off a crisp what? That doesn't say statue, see? It does not say statue. Yes, sir, Mr. Krabs. You can count on me. I'd rather count me beloved money, Mr. Krabs said, turning back to his stacks of bills and coins and giving them a few quick kisses. Good night, SpongeBob. SpongeBob hurried out through the front doors of Patrick. Alright, guys, so I'm going to stop there so you can just read the rest on your own. Pause the video. Right there, see? Just read it. Pause the video. Alright guys, so tomorrow we're going to read Chapter 2, which we're going to make a name. Chapter 2, Patrick Goes Missing, which is going to be our second chapter along with another picture of Squidward, Patrick, and SpongeBob's house. See you tomorrow! Will Patrick go missing? Will SpongeBob and Squidward find out about this? And will this meeting with the mayor ever be good enough? And will SpongeBob be on his best behavior? Find out in our next epic adventure, SpongeBob SquarePants Mysteries Part 2, coming soon.